invites or invited. The staff will be distributing the guidelines. Our staff should now start distributing the guidelines. But as I said, the mode of election is by lining up. Polling day procedures. There shall be polling stations in the venues that I read. Those venues are now polling stations, and each of them is already demarcated. Each candidate is entitled to 2 agents from the delegates, from among the delegates. You pick your agents from among the delegates, and each candidate must not infiltrate the polling station with any weapon. Before polling, the presiding officer shall read out names of eligible voters district by district from the voters register, and shall separate eligible voters from ineligible voters. The presiding officer shall give voter education for a few minutes before election starts. The presiding officer shall ask candidates or their agents to stand with the portrait if they are not there, and the lines must be separated by reasonable meters. The presiding officer shall then ask voters to line up, helped by the polling assistants. Crisscrossing of lines campaigning in polling stations is prohibited. Voting by proxy is not allowed. And the NRM Electoral Commission has the power to postpone elections if deemed necessary and notify stakeholders of a new date. Illegal practices, bribery. When we get you or your agent dishing out money or any form of bribery during the process of this election, we shall disqualify that candidate. Obstruction of voters or election officials is not allowed. Unauthorized voters will be taken to the House of Justice. Agents, the presiding officer, shall loudly announce the number of votes each candidate has got at the polling station before transmitting it to the center. Agents of candidates shall sign declaration of results form after the forms have been filled, and they are entitled to a copy. The commission has made those forms. A declaration of results shall be done by the returning officer, and for avoidance of doubt, Dr. Tanga, Odoi, the chair of the commission, is the returning officer. Your Excellency, earlier on for the Women's League, you made a mistake. The right name is Akalulu Juliet Nansuna, Vice Chairperson Central. Sorry for that inconvenience. It is now time for the Commission to allow the candidates some reasonable time for the first election to introduce themselves briefly and tell the audience or the delegates what they are supposed to do. I request that you clap for candidates. You don't shout bad words. You don't utter and shout insultatives. That is forbidden. So, after the candidates, the two candidates, have finished presenting themselves, I'll then announce the time for voters. I now request the right honorable candidates to step forward and address the delegates and voters. My request is that we use this podium because the majority of voters are actually here. So I request the Right Honorable Rebecca Itwala Kadaga to lead, and then later on the Right Honorable Annette Anita Among. Members of the commission, the two ladies, Honorable Zaitun, could you please move and request the Right Honorable Rebecca Kadaga to me this is the best place unless advised otherwise. The venues for election are the big tents behind the tent and also the SEC tent and the VIP tent. The following are the 7 tents to be used as polling stations. The tent for the former elders behind SEC tent for Karamoja. The tent which was used for PWDs, also behind the SEC tent, will be for Kigezi, Ankole, Renzori, and Bunyoro. The tent which was for veterans behind the VIP tent will be for Teso, Bugisu, Sedei, Bukedi, and Busoga. The tent behind the SEC tent that was used by the Historical Leaders Forum will be for Greater Luwero, Greater Mukono, Greater Masaka, Greater Mubende, and Impiti. The tent which was used for women to the east will be for Greater Kampala and Wakiso. And the tent that was used by the youth will be for Acholi and Langa. Then the tent for entrepreneurs will be used by West Nile. Sanitizer, please. Let us warmly receive the Right Honorable Rebecca Kadaga with a thunderous applause.
Excellency. Your Excellency, President,
also presidential
flag
flag bearer,
bearer,
newly elected chairman of our great
of
party,
the
first national vice chairperson, Alhaji Chigongo,
Chigongo,
who is also newly elected. Congratulations to both of you. Mama Janet, all the other leaders, the delegates, members of the NRM family. It's a pleasure to see you here today. Last time we met, we could not convene together because of the COVID pandemic. But we thank God that this time we're able to sit together at one venue to make the deliberations for our great party.
I come before you as a long-standing member of the NRM. I've worked for the NRM for my entire life. I started as a medical person in the Museveni village, Blamti sub-county. And I've ridden through the ranks up to this date. I want to thank you very much for the support. And I want to thank His Excellency the President for initiating this party right from his student days until it has gone into this mighty movement and also brought along many other people. As I informed you, I have been in this party for a long time. In the middle. This graduate. So, okay. The microphone's a bit tricky, but I hope you can hear me. Honourable members, this party has come a long way through turbulence, through good times, but we have been able to fly together and to land together. I have worked diligently
as a backbencher for the first 7 years before I was appointed Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, Minister of State for Transport, and Minister for Parliamentary Affairs. Thereafter, I graduated to the position of Deputy Speaker and later as Speaker. I have executed my duties diligently in all those capacities within the Parliament by ensuring
that the necessary legislation is passed, the necessary budgets are passed, the necessary loans are passed to support the manifesto of the NRM. I've also worked diligently to ensure that where loans were required, they were passed to improve on our infrastructure and all other facilities. I was elected as the second national vice chair after a lobby by the women members of the NRM when we realized that we did not have enough women in the executive committee. So an amendment was made to enable us to have a voice on the Central Executive Committee. And I performed that job with distinction. I have improved and contributed to many policies, many programs, many changes and many other facilities to ensure that the perspective of the women is always considered. But in the process, I've not also forgotten the young people or the elderly or any other disadvantaged group. I have been their voice in the Central Executive Committee. However, Your Excellency, our Chair, and members of the Great Interim Party, I think it's a matter of grave concern that the level of bribery, of intimidation, of abuse of office, of corruption during this election has been exceedingly high. Indeed, it has been unprecedented. For the first time, we have seen distribution of iPads to entice leaders and influence them. We have seen distribution of cell phones for the same reasons. Distribution of money for the same reason. No small money sale of 20,000, but in millions. And this, Your Excellency and Financial Chair, is something that's ruining our party. We have built this party
over time, but there's a real risk that it's going to be overtaken by people who do not deserve to be in leadership. So we need to check the issue of corruption. Last night, there was more distribution of resources. 300,000 shillings to each delegate. At Nabisusa, at Nakawa, at Kisasi, and many, many other places. Again, to influence the outcome of these elections. So I do hope that the members will take this matter into account and realize that we don't need to support the corrupt, and to know that the money being used is actually your money. This is taxpayers' money. So please chew it, but make the right choices. I would like to appeal to our members to clean our party by rejecting corruption, rejecting bribery, rejecting intimidation. National Chairman, there are members here who have got messages on their phone intimidating them. If you don't vote for so and so, you will see. How can that be? But this is what is happening at this stage. So I do hope that something will be done. And Honorable Chairs, you have been promising that you are going to take action. I hope that you can actually take action so that this vice ends. On the level of the preparation of the election, it's also a matter of concern that in some instances, there have been deliberate delays so that voting takes place in the night. How can voting take place at 4 o'clock in the morning? And this has happened on more than one occasion. This is deliberate. I'm glad we are starting early today. I hope the counting will be done early and that all the sets of elections will be done during the day. I also want to report that there are many fake delegates. Names have been substituted. So I do hope that even that will be taken into account. There are also fake registers in circulation. This is a matter I raised several times in the Central Executive Committee, which needed address, but I hope we shall be able to get a good result. So members of the NRM family, I want to thank you for listening to me. I want to thank you for supporting me as I've done this job. I want to ask you for your support so that I can continue serving you as your second National Vice Chairperson. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Rebecca Alitwala Kadaga, for your presentation and appeal for votes. It's now my duty as chair to invite Right Honorable Anita Mong to present herself.
NRM oye! NRM oye! Museveni oye! Anita oye! Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, and also the Chairman of NRM Party, Mama Janet Museveni, the Vice President of the Republic of Uganda, the Deputy Speaker of Parliament of Uganda, the honorable members who are here, the ambassadors that are around, and all our dear delegates. God is good. God is good. NRM oye! Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, my name is Anita Annette Among, the Member of Parliament of Bukedea, and by God's grace, you entrusted me to be the Speaker of Parliament of the 11th Parliament in Uganda. I want to thank you so much for trusting me with such a very important position, which I have diligently performed without any turbulence in that Parliament. I have done it without antagonizing the party and the chairman of the party. Your Excellency, I want to thank you so much for identifying and bringing me to the mighty party NRM. And as you got me from where I was, where you said I used to put on wrong clothes, now I am putting on very good clothes, and that is NRM. Your Excellency, when you identified me, I do not want to be useless in the party. I want to add value to the party.
And by adding value to the party, I am seeking to be a second national vice chairperson of NRM. And when I am a second national vice chairperson, I am a very good mobilizer. And I can trust you, I will mobilize for the party from north to east to west to central throughout the whole country. I am bringing value to the party. Your Excellency, when I am a state member, I will also request that you consider the local government, especially the LOC 5s, the local councils, the speakers, on their increment of their pay. Your Excellency, as somebody you have trusted with the legislature, I am also going to request you, as a chairperson of the party, that for us to be able to mobilize for the party, we need the local councils to be included. We need our structures at local level to be included in the councils for them to be able to mobilize for the party, for them to be able to mount a government projects. Your Excellency, as a chairperson of the party, we have had challenges with the people with PWDs, with the elders, with the veterans. I will also request, as a second member, that we have allowances and some jobs for people with disabilities, people who are veterans, and people who are old. Your Excellency, we have government programs, and these government programs are at the lower level. Now, in these government programs, we expect our people to monitor and follow on the programs. I will also request, as the chairperson of the party, that we give these local councils, these local structures, circles that can empower them, that can make them to have their own income generating powers. Members, delegates, today is the day that the Lord has made for NRM, that the Lord has brought a mobilizer, the Lord has brought a unifier. I want to thank all of you and request you to vote for Anita. When you vote for Anita, you're voting for a mobilizer. You vote for Anita, you vote for a unifying factor. When you vote for Anita, you're voting for a person to promote NRM up the ground. God bless you all.
Hello, Vuvuzela, please. Your Excellency, because of time, we did not allow our high-profile leaders to take more than 10 minutes. But good enough, they have presented themselves very well, and since we are still in power, they will continue talking to our people. May I now request Your Excellency to allow me
and guests to also thank my staff. We are never thanked, but we are used to it. We are both hated and loved. So may I now request the staff who are going to handle the election to come forward, at least for the cameras to show them and the world to watch them in different media. The staff of the commission, could you step forward, please, quickly, and we go and work. Remove that jacket. These smart ladies and gentlemen are the staff. Most of them are volunteers because the registrars don't get salary. They are members who have donated to the party. They have given their whole. Senior leaders.
Can we take the photo? But can we first... Oh, there are still more coming. Your Excellency, as a
Teacher, our motto is we work hard and we are paid later. But you have been paying at first, so we are not complaining so much. But we still request for more, like the Oliver twist. Can we wave to His Excellency and Mama and the dignity? NRM oye! NRM oye! The staff hoye. Doing elections hoye. Transparency hoye. Not taking bribes hoye. Your Excellency, these are staff of the NRM Electoral Commission from the districts to the headquarters. We are now going to move to the side, and the principal elections officer should now allocate you your tents. But you know your regional tent. So could you go to the left? The cameras have enjoyed you, so move to the left and we start. We have delivered elections, all elections from the structure. This is the last. We must do our best so that we retain our jobs. Is that okay? Can you shout, hoye? Hey, okay. Reminder. The staff, you will guide your voters to the respective tents. I said, Karamoja, the former tent behind SEC, under Honorable James Tweheyo. The PW tent, also behind, will be at Kigezi, Ankole, Rwenzori, Bunyoro, under Dr. Tanga himself. The veterans tent will be Teso, Bugisu, Sebei, Bukedi, Busoga, under Honorable Chano March. The tent for historical leaders will be for Masaka and Greater Mubende and Mpiji. And the tent for the youth will be for the youth tent will be for Acholi and Ilango delegates. Former woman tent for the Women League will be for Kampala and Wakiso. And former entrepreneurs tent will be for West Nile. I now request the delegates to move slowly to those tents. We shall start with roll call, and I request you to humbly be polite. Don't harass us. Declaration of results will be done when we are ready, either today or early tomorrow. Thank you, Your Excellency. I now beg to move.
I'm told that most people are not hearing what I was saying, but I'm just going to repeat some key things. Not all this I'm saying. I have no time because of time. Candidates can have posters because they can